and telling them how good and beautiful and handsome they are and how gorgeous and awesome they are looking. Who is going to do that? Are you waiting for the neighbor to come and tell that to your wife? And it happens. It happens. And sometimes the neighbor might say it in your presence. What an embarrassment. Oh, your wife is looking so gorgeous today. Allahu Akbar. That is now un-Islamic. That is now un-Islamic. But that statement will have an impact on this woman if it's the first time she's hearing that, or if she hasn't heard it in a long, long time. But if you utter it every day, then if you utter it every day, then even if the most handsome of princes comes and tells her how beautiful she is looking, it won't have an impact on her because she hears that word every day from you. This is very important. A lot of Muslims sadly believe inside their hearts that no, when we are Muslims, you need to stay away from certain things. No, believe me, when it comes to your intimate relations and your wife and your spouse, you need to understand that Islam has taught us much more than any other religion. Subhanallah. Very important. This is what enhances the relationship. Moments ago I mentioned about time. How people give preference to their friends. This friend of mine told me that I realized only after it was too late that I was wrong. It was too late. Why was he wrong? He says, I was mixing with people who were not real. And in the process, I sacrificed the real people around me. My own parents, my own wife, my own brothers and sisters, I sacrificed them. Because I was busy on the net every time. The question I have for all of us is, how many of us are guilty of exceeding the limits when it comes to the internet? Spending so much time. I'm not saying it's wrong to go and check your email or to do something constructive. The minute you waste time, you need to understand that now you are giving preference to something over a reality that is around you. There are people waiting for you. Do you know mostly what happens in our homes? The women folk do not go to work. The men go to work. This poor woman who is a new bride sometimes, or she's a wife who's been there for many years, she's got a child. From the time you leave to work, she is busy thinking about you and she is trying to prepare a meal for you. She is, looking after the child or the children, for example, and she is looking forward to you coming. When you come, she has certain plans maybe in place. She wants to smile at you and maybe have a nice big hug as soon as you enter and so on. But sometimes when we enter the homes as men, we give them such a dirty look that their whole mountain comes crumbling. They had so many things planned, but suddenly it comes crashing. Why? Because we made a very big mistake. We came in with the wrong attitude. She has been sitting alone waiting all day for you to come home so that she can share a moment or two with you, and you come home and you share those moments with the television. And many people have this habit. They sit and watch the news and that's it. And I know that there are people in here who must be thinking, this man is addressing me. Believe me, this is a common problem across the globe. And we are here as ulama to help people identify and diagnose the problems. The divorce rates are so high because people don't know what marriage is all about. When you marry, you need to stop giving your friends preference. We had a young boy who married, and I happened to talk to him, and I even gave a lecture at his nikah. And I had said there that we must give preference to our wives over our friends. We have to. There is no option. As Muslims, we must give preference to our wives over our friends, because one is more important than the other. Your friends have other friends. Your friends have you also, but you don't have to spend so long with them. But your wife, you are the only husband for her. And what had happened is, this boy, because of the lecture that was delivered at his nikah, he decided that he is going to adopt it, and he sidelined a lot of his friends. Let's listen, it's a very interesting story. When he sidelined a lot of his friends, they began to tell him, you're a chicken, you're petticoat government, you don't wear the pants, and so on. And what happened is he came to me because it was pressure for him. Imagine your friends every day are telling you, they message you or they phone you, they say, you're petticoat, you're gone, you're a goner. You'd rather call her Mr. and you should call yourself Mrs. and so on. So he came to me. I told him, I said, listen brother, tell them that I don't mind you calling me a chicken or a frog, so long as I'm happy in my marriage. Because the day my marriage doesn't work, you are not going to come and resolve the matter for me. But I will not lose you as friends if you were true friends. And if you are true friends, you will send the married man home. Some people, when they are married and they are sitting with you, at 10 o'clock they'll tell you, look, I need to go. And everyone starts laughing. Everyone starts laughing. But I say, so what? The whole world can laugh so long as you are happy. Is there anything wrong? The whole world can laugh at you, but your marriage is working. And their marriages are not working, because when they get home, may Allah protect us, they have a disaster. One sleeps facing one direction and the other sleeps facing the other direction. Is that what marriage is all about? May Allah protect us all. And may Allah grant us the true understanding. So, this solid relationship that is there or supposed to be there between the spouses is what will result then in a solid upbringing of the children, because they will not get differing views and opinions. They will not be confused. When a child sees different things from the mother, different things from the father, and the child sees opposing views and conflict between the two, the child is confused, and after that what happens is that child then finds comfort outside the house. Outside the house. Because in the house there is chaos. In the house there is confusion. So the child then wants to find comfort at school or with some friends, especially the female child, sometimes very silent, very emotional, but at the same time they may then be caught unaware. May Allah protect us. And that brings me to another point. When we have a child in the house, this is for those men who are married, who have children. And don't worry, the women folk, your turn is coming. A lot of the men must be thinking, this man is blasting us. Don't worry, we start with those who are right near here. A lot of people are guilty of not understanding what is meant by pregnancy and what is meant by bearing a child. A lot of men don't understand that. And what type of difficulties a woman goes through in order to bear your child. And immediately after birth, we show disinterest in that same female. Why? Because she's got a little bit of fat now, a little bit of flab on her belly, for example. She's got 3 or 4 more stretch marks there, and she probably might not get back into exactly the shape she was. It's a fact. So now what happens, a lot of men then, after the first child or two, their eyes begin to wander here and there. And they start saying, oh, this woman is so pretty. Look at that woman. Why are you hurting the feelings of your own wife? It is haram in Islam to praise another woman. It is haram in Islam to praise another woman in the presence of your own spouse. Why would you like to praise another woman? For what? Especially speaking about her figure. We are not even meant to be looking in that direction. Imagine a woman who got married to you and she was in quite good shape. You made her pregnant. Really. And she got your child. And after bearing your child, you now want to praise other women. To say, no, those women have a good shape, May Allah protect us. These are matters that need to be spoken about. Because a lot of people need this. A lot of people don't even know that in the Sharia, we are taught all these issues. You cannot just lose interest in your spouse solely because now she's given birth. If she has given birth, do you know how high a status of a woman who is pregnant is, and the status of a woman who is giving birth is, there are so many evidences from the Sharia to prove her status. But I want to give you one. If she passes away in the condition of pregnancy or in the condition of childbirth, she will get paradise without account of her deeds. She's forgiven totally, and she's given paradise straight through the green route, so to speak. Imagine if Allah Almighty is telling the woman that for you to endure childbirth, your level is raised so